What's up, guys? It's Brendan Flash. Today you're joining me with my 2023 Tesla Model Y with 35,000 miles on it, and I want to show you guys how it's holding up. As I mentioned, this is my 2023 Tesla Model Y all-wheel drive. Though for sake of condition, the trim doesn't really matter. But I've put 35,000 miles on this car in right about 18 months. I took delivery June 29th of 2023. It's now December 8th, 2024. Getting ready to actually get rid of this car. More videos to come on that. But I want to show you guys the condition of how it's held up over that time. So we'll start with the exterior. You might notice that this is not a factory finish on the car. This is actually stuck Dyno Prism paint protection film on the whole vehicle on top of factory blue. So let me show you what that looks like. I have a whole video on this as well. So you can kind of see here on that edge how it transitions. But basically, it's a clear-ish metallic or extra metallic layer paint protection film that changes the finish of the car, which I think is pretty cool. Just a quick walk around first, and then we'll go into some of the details. But this car has not had the easiest life. I've done a bunch of road trips. I daily drive it. North Carolina is a pretty mild climate, so no snow or ice or things like that. So it got off easy in that regard. But we'll start with the front end. There are really no chips or anything like that. There are a couple like little marks. The car's not perfectly clean, so you'll see some just like bug marks and things, but those wipe off. I also have a grill insert here, which I highly recommend putting onto your Model 3 or Model Y, so that way you don't end up with a ton of debris actually in your radiator that require clean out. This way you can just kind of pop it off and then spray it off and then keep all that crud out of there. I'll put a link in the description. It's also in my accessories video that I'll link as well. But highly recommend putting one of those. Overall, looks really good. Headlights are also protected, but no real defects or anything like that. Good condition there. Tires are in remarkably good condition still. 35,000 miles on them. Could probably get another 20,000 miles on them if I had to guess. Rears are in pretty similar condition. And a really common wear point on these Model Ys is actually from the front tires spraying rocks up. So I have these Rally Armor mud flaps. Highly recommend some sort of mud flap. I like these ones because they don't wrap back and then trap stuff there. And these are also a little bit bigger than most of the ones on the market. So I'm a big fan in that regard. And that has prevented a lot of rock chips and things in this area, also due to paint protection film. But I've seen some cars that even with paint protection film in this area, they still are just absolutely sandblasted from those front tires. So definitely something to note there. I like that there's rear ones as well to protect people behind you. I don't like to throw up rocks if I don't have to keep other people's cars looking nice, but you can see overall looking really good. If I remember correctly, I have a door ding somewhere. I got it at some point. Guess it doesn't bother me too much if I can't even really notice it. I also have window tint. That's all really looking good. This is an actual aftermarket spoiler, so don't pay too much attention to the failing clear coat on it. The company sent me a replacement one. I just haven't bothered installing it. So that's not a factory thing, so don't pay too much attention to that clear coat failing. Back of the car, of course, looks really good. And basically same thing on this side as well. That slight mark on the door is just a little bit of dirtiness. And then we'll come around to the windshield. And I actually got a rock chip at about 4,000 miles on the car. So kind of right after I got it, there was a rock chip right there. And I had it filled by the shop that did all the tint because I didn't want to get it replaced right away. And it actually stayed that way until about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, something like that. And then it decided to spread across half the windshield, just kind of all of a sudden. So I put some like DIY epoxy in there, like a windshield repair kit, made it a little bit better and has at least stopped it from spreading more, but I'm trading it in, so I don't really care, quite frankly. So yeah, the windshield's cracked. I believe it's about $1,500 for a replacement windshield, but that's not that unexpected. With 35,000 miles on it, things happen, especially when you're doing a lot of miles on the road. The trim is still looking good because I ceramic coated it. Probably could use it again. It's starting to get a little bit of a haze from automatic car washes. I haven't been keeping up on it as well as I probably should have. We'll open the door here, and the inside is looking really good. I'm not going to show you the entire interior. I have quite a bit of stuff in it, but the driver's seat is what shows the most wear of any car because that's the seat that is always in use, obviously. I tend to be relatively careful with my cars. I mean, I'm not babying them. It's my daily driver, but no real marks on the driver door card here. No real scuffs either. That would wipe right off, and same down here. So I know a lot of people have been pretty worried about door cards on Teslas, but they seem to hold up pretty well. I'm not like OCD careful about it, so it seems to be fine. I have 3D mats, which I'll link down below as well. Highly recommend these. Big fan. Don't mind the Starbucks stopper down there. That's for my coffee this morning. Car could use a little bit of vacuum, but overall looking really good. The Model Y with the 4680 structural pack actually has carpet sills here instead of the plastic sills like the long range cars do. I prefer this. I think it's a little bit nicer than the plastic. Doesn't get all scratched up. I also have these Tesla aftermarket light up door sills, but they turn off after 30 seconds, so they're not on anymore. So I did a video on those. And we have the white seats, which everyone always asks about how they're holding up. And I must say, they're not doing that hot. They're starting to get some marks on them. I need to probably clean them, but I've tried to get some of this off. You can see it looks a little bit more dramatic on the camera than what it is in real life, but there are definitely some marks. I did ceramic coat these seats when I first got the car, and that should have helped prevent some of this. And I don't really wear blue jeans, so I don't really know where all this came from, but I'm not that worried about it. I still like the white seats. I would still buy them again, but I would probably try to ceramic coat them again more often just to keep them a little bit more protected, and probably clean them a bit more often as well. Armrest still looking brand new. Steering wheel also looking brand new. I take pretty good care of my steering wheels. I always make sure my hands are clean before I touch it. So I am a little bit OCD in that regard, but no concerns there. Touchscreen with the matte screen protector from Spigen, big fan. A lot of the accessories you're seeing are also linked in my accessories video. And don't mind that, I had to hook up my CAN server to get the BMS data, so I just left the panel off right now. I'll be putting that back, and that's not an issue with the car. Passenger seat, not as much of a discoloration on the seat as the driver's seat, so that's good. And then the passenger door card is holding up well as well. And last up, I'll show you just inside the trunk. It's kind of full of stuff, but I also have the 3D mats in here as well, so that's helping keep things protected. The door sill back here is holding up pretty well. That's kind of where cargo touches. I like this tonneau cover. It's pretty annoying to use, but I like that it's there. And then something just to show here is on the rear deck lid. A few scratches here and there from larger cargo, but nothing to really be worried about. There we go. Overall, I'm really impressed with how the Model Y is holding up with 35,000 miles on it in somewhat of a rough life. I've also done some charge testing and things, which requires getting in and out a lot more than you normally would for the mileage. So can't have any complaints about this. It's doing its job, holding up, no build quality concerns. So curious what your guys' experience has been. If you have a Model Y or Model 3 of similar era, comment down below, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. See you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching.